Let's imagine a huge house ruled by chaos. America is going crazy because China copied its coffee maker. France has objected to its turn to take out the trash and set up a barricade in the hallway, while the UK has already left the house but is still peeking through the garden gate and making snide remarks. Well, what would happen if the 195 countries in the world were actually people, crammed under the same roof in a massive house? I am warning you, surviving in this house is much harder than you think, because the rules of this house might be a little different from the rules you are used to. Just imagine 195 different characters, 195 different egos, a single line for the toilet, and a shared kitchen. But let me tell you a secret. A very similar scenario is actually playing out right now, down to the millimeter on the planet we live on. We just have borders instead of walls. But let's take a look together at how funny and terrifying human psychology and power intoxication can get when we put these 195 tenants in a single building. But what will really surprise you is this. The biggest danger in this house is neither America's inflated ego nor Russia's secret plans in the dark basement. Towards the end of the video, you will learn that the real owner of this house isn't these 195 countries, and what kind of danger this reckless behavior is actually causing. What you're about to hear might fundamentally change your perspective on the world. If you're ready, we are knocking on the door. Let's go in. 1. The morning routine and bathroom wars. It's 06 a.m. in the house. There's a long queue in front of the bathroom. Germany is standing at the door with an Excel sheet in hand, dictating everyone's bathroom time down to the second. The rules are clear. 3 minutes for a shower, 1 minute for brushing teeth. But Italy is inside, singing in front of the mirror, putting gel in his hair, and not caring in the slightest about the shouting outside. Right behind him stands Canada. When someone accidentally steps on Canada's foot, Canada apologizes to them. "Oh, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have put my foot there." Meanwhile, Japan has completely given up on using the bathroom, having already finished getting ready in their own room with that weird machine they invented that makes coffee and dries hair at the same time. 2. The great chaos in the kitchen. Breakfast time. We're moving to the kitchen, the heart of the house. This is where the adventure truly begins. Turkey has woken up early, brewing tea in a massive teapot while making menemen on the side. However, there's a problem. Greece is standing right next to them shouting, "That's not menemen, it's menemeki, and it's my recipe." There's constant tension at the kitchen table, but weirdly enough, by the afternoon, these two are sitting at the same table, cracking sunflower seeds and gossiping about the others. And what about France? France is completely against kitchen chores. Sitting on the kitchen counter with a glass of wine and a baguette in hand, they are on strike, declaring, "I will not wash dishes. This is a violation of human rights." The entire dishwashing bill quietly falls on Germany again. 3. Who rules the living room? Let's get to the middle of the living room. Who's going to sit on the biggest couch in the house? Who will hold the remote? America is sitting indoors with sunglasses on, feet kicked up on the coffee table. "I'm the big brother of this house. I balance the rent, I pick the channels," he yells. He constantly eats fast food and tells everyone what to do. But wait, what's this? America presses the remote, but the TV belongs to China. The couch he's sitting on belongs to China. Even the t-shirt he's wearing belongs to China. China is standing quietly in the corner of the living room, constantly manufacturing things and smiling. China never fights. Why would they? They've already acquired the deeds to 80% of the house's furniture. This is what you call a silent invasion. 4. Hallway cliques and mysterious rooms. The house is so big that there are groups that have established their own neighborhoods in the hallways. Take the Latin America rooms, for example. The sounds of music, dancing, and laughter come from there 24/7. There's a constant party vibe, but when you open their doors, you see that their rooms are a total mess and they don't have a dime in their pockets. Still, they seem like the happiest people in the house. On the top floor of the house is the Scandinavian trio, Sweden, Norway, and Finland. They've locked their doors, assembling IKEA furniture among themselves and reading depressing crime novels. They could care less about the rest of the house. They have the mindset of, if a fire breaks out downstairs, we'll extinguish it systematically. No need to rush. Then there's the Middle East hallway. The fuses in this hallway are constantly blowing. Who's mad at who and who owes money to whom changes every single day. America walks into this hallway 3 times a day saying, "Hold on, I'll fix this," but every time he starts an incident, makes an even bigger mess of things, and walks right back out. What about the darkest corners of the house? Russia lives in the massive, freezing cold basement of the house. There are 5 padlocks on his door. Nobody knows exactly what he's doing in there, but everyone is a little intimidated by him. Every now and then, he comes upstairs, messes with the thermostat settings, freezes the house, and then goes back downstairs with a smirk. As for the UK, he said, "I don't play by the rules of this house," and moved out of the master bedroom years ago. Where was that master bedroom? Yes, you guessed it right, Brexit. But he couldn't completely abandon the house. He lives in a tent he pitched in the garden, constantly drinking tea in the rain and talking about his former glory days. But he still can't help sneaking into the kitchen at night to pinch some biscuits. North Korea? Nobody has ever seen him. He just occasionally slides little notes under his door that say, "I'll blow all your rooms up," and then immediately locks the door again. Switzerland lives in the house's vault. He holds the money of everyone who fights. Whenever a massive brawl starts out in the living room, he puts his headphones on and eats chocolate. For him, neutrality just means his wallet is safe. While watching all this chaos, gossip, and power struggles, did you notice one thing? Everyone is so busy with their own room, their own TV, and their own ego that almost none of them see that the walls of the house are starting to crack. I told you at the beginning of the video that I would let you in on a secret, remember? Now, hold on tight. America thinks he owns the remote. China thinks they own the furniture. Russia thinks he rules the house from the basement. But there is a massive truth that these 195 arrogant, spoiled, and selfish tenants have almost entirely forgotten. This house doesn't belong to them. This house is a colossal trust handed over to them in perfect order. But the tenants forgot this truth. They thrashed the house. They threw their garbage in the hallways, clogged the chimneys, and because of their greed, they keep constantly raising the temperature of the house. Those natural resources that are the foundation of the house are rapidly depleting. And this wonderful order that humanity has ruined with its own hands is now sounding the alarm. The evacuation sirens have already started wailing. The house's thermostat is broken. The living room is burning up like flames. The basement is flooding, and storms are battering the attic. The betrayal of this trust has come knocking at the door with that massive global warming bill. Now, being America, China, or Russia changes absolutely nothing. Because when the waters rise, that kitchen they fought over and that luxurious living room will all end up underwater. There's one big reality here. Either these 25 spoiled kids will sit at the same table and learn to protect this trust, or this magnificent order they destroyed will eventually collapse right on their heads. And rest assured, no one's ego will be able to save them under that rubble. This is the summary of this giant madhouse we call the world, a ticking time bomb where everyone is right but nobody happy. So what if it were you? If you had to move into this house, knowing all this chaos, which country would you want to be roommates with? Would you join Latin America's never-ending party, refuge in Scandinavia's quiet attic, or make kebabs in the kitchen with Turkey? Head down to the comments and tell me your roommates. I'll read them all one by one and try to reply. If you like this video where we decoded human psychology and these hidden rules of the world, don't hesitate to smash that subscribe button below. We might have a lot more to talk about. In the next video, we'll try to keep breaking your preconceptions. Until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.